Welcome to Deep River Farm, folks. I appreciate you joining me here as we're looking at the sunset tonight. You know, some folks, a real coward celebrates death. A real American honors the fallen. While most Americans were honoring Charlie Kirk, did you know that Congress quietly was using this time to vote down to forcibly release the Epstein list? Why will they not release it? You need to ask yourself that. That's the question. Why are they hiding in plain sight up on Capitol Hill? Why are they doing this? Who voted to not release it? That's the next question you need to ask. They need to go. It's high time to cleanse the people's capital of the evil on both sides. Spiritual war is now very apparent to even those who were not awake. They at least see injustice but aren't truly awake. The spiritual war started when Lucifer was kicked out of heaven. To the radicals that celebrate the tragedy of Charlie Kirk, don't realize that he wasn't silenced. His courage for his faith speaks louder now than ever before. Now the shooter has decided not to cooperate with authorities. However, he was found to be bragging about it on the dark web. Have you ever thought why it's called the dark web? The meaning of dark is without light. That's for one of the definitions. And the other is of or arising from evil characteristics or focus or forces, sinister, wicked. The shooter was found to be in chat rooms chatting right after the murder. In the book of Luke, it states in chapter 12, verse 3, "Therefore, whatever you have said in the dark shall be heard in the light, and what you have whispered in private rooms shall be proclaimed on the housetops." Something big is happening. It's so big we can't comprehend it. You know it, and I know it. This has affected an entire generation of people. A major shift is moving across the country. The tolerance, folks, is finished. Tolerance is over. Looking the other way is over. It is going to stop. Look at how many thousands who thought they could celebrate this tragedy of Charlie Kirk's death and have all lost their jobs. Ephesians 5:11 says, "Take no part in the unfruitful works of the darkness, but instead expose them." And boy, are they being exposed. As soon as they make those posts, those crazy celebratory posts, their companies are being contacted and they're being fired. Just like it says in Ephesians. Charlie Kirk's wife said that Turning Point USA will continue, but offered these words: "Evildoers should all know this. If you thought my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea what you have just unleashed across this country and worldwide. A sleeping giant is now awake, folks. A sleeping giant has been awakened. People all over this country and all over the world have had enough. People are tired of being talked down, pushed around, forced to accept things or lose your job, treated and called Nazis, intolerable people, fascists, deplorables, anti-vaxxers, homophobics, accused of no love, no compassion. People are just flat out sick of it. People all over that celebrate the death of Charlie Kirk, people that are calling for violence against other people. All of these folks are being canned, fired, unemployed, whatever you want to call it. That should help people find a job easier. It'll provide, they were probably DE hires or promoted through the DEI garbage anyway. But here we got something else we want to share on this topic. In 1 John 2:11 says, "But whoever hates his brother is in the darkness, and walks in the darkness, and does not know where he is going, because the darkness has blinded his eyes." Where has all this stuff started? I'll tell you where it started, folks. It has started in the schools. Trans ideology is being pushed in schools while God is pushed out. Men identifying as women being allowed in sports pushes women and scholarships out for women. Socialism is being celebrated while freedom is pushed out. Socialism works great until you run out of other people's money. Terrorist is celebrated while other ethnicities are deemed to be the enemy. If you didn't like America, leave it. That's our suggestion. The Patriots will be glad to help you pack. All this is being taught and celebrated in your schools and universities. We sick of it, folks. I hope that all these people lose their jobs. The shooter went to college a normal person. His parents are conservative, registered Republicans, and in 4 years, he come out indoctrinated as a radical liberal. Now, what is indoctrinated? So we got a little bit of information on that. Indoctrinated, the process, coercive and rigid, to clone the benefits. I couldn't read my writing. It's kind of dark. I'm trying to get this in. It's coercive and rigid, seeking to clone beliefs. The foundation is based on imposing rules and information without critical engagement. And the goal here, folks, is to produce a mindless follower. Ain't that something? Now, they are threatened by questions and discourages critical thinking altogether. Now, in 1 John chapter 2, verse 11, it says, "But whoever hates his brother is in the darkness and walks in the darkness and does not know where he is going because he is blinded by the darkness." And that's a true statement right there again, the same scripture. Now, you're labeled as intolerant if you want the borders closed to keep out the criminals, the drugs, and the child traffickers. Now, all this was allowed under the previous White House administration. You're labeled a domestic terrorist if you question the school boards about these books, these inappropriate material and books that's in the library, the drag queen reading hours that are in the library. The tolerance to this insanity is absolutely over. We are done with it. These people are definitely off in the head and need to go to a mental hospital. No more tolerance. Isaiah 5:20 says this, "Woe to those who call evil good and great evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter." I had a thought come to mind, Has anyone ever wondered why the cursive writing has been not taught in school anymore? Could it be so they couldn't read our history, such as the Constitution and other old handwritten documents, to keep the people and students dumbed down? That was just a thought I had. They have used education, folks, to push all the students through the system and dumb down the system, letting the unprepared advance and holding back the smart from learning anything throughout the school year. They're placing behavioral students, problem behavior, in the classrooms that have no business being in there, placing the students in harm's way as well as the teachers. Teachers are now bogged down with paperwork instead of teaching. They are being tasked as the front line of security in the classrooms. Schools have been daycares, not a place for learning, and teachers can't teach, students can't learn because of the number of mentally ill problems in the classroom. The tolerance is over. We've got to change the education system. The real enemy is entrenched power. The enemy thrives on chaos. They are the ones who profit off the chaos. They want you divided. They do this for profit, and they keep you distracted and dehumanizing our country. This is not Democrat versus Republican. This is good versus evil. This is about the people versus the powerful for profit. Money is the root of all evil. The less the population is educated, the easier they are to manipulate. Ephesians 5:6 says, "For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rules, against the power, the cosmic powers, against the authorities over his present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in heavenly places." The tolerance, folks, is over. We are now seeing an explosion in citizen participation. Is your tolerance over, or are you going to continue to sit down and take it? 18,000 new chapters of Turning Point USA have just begun since the death of Charlie Kirk. We're going to take America back, folks. No more tolerance. Tell me what you think. Are you through with being tolerant of these whack jobs? Leave a comment. Give us a thumbs up and put this video out for people to see the truth. Have a blessed day.